My name is Sarah. I'm 32 years old. I live alone in a small apartment. I work as a nurse at the big city hospital. I am happy with my job. My patients like me and the doctors trust me. But when I come home in the evening, I feel lonely. One evening, I was walking home from the hospital. Suddenly, a car hit me from behind. I fell to the ground. Luckily, the car was moving slowly, so I was only shaken, not injured. A man quickly stepped out of the car. He was wearing a suit and looked very worried. He held my hand and helped me stand up. "Are you hurt? Are you okay?" he asked anxiously. "No, sir, I am okay," I replied. He insisted on driving me home. At first, I refused, but he asked again and again. Finally, I agreed and sat in his car. His name was David. When we reached my apartment, I thanked him. He left with a warm smile. Inside my house, I could not stop thinking about him. "Stop it, Sarah," I told myself. He was just a kind stranger. A few days later, I was working at the hospital. I saw a patient with a head injury. It was David, the same man who had helped me. He smiled when he saw me. I wrapped a bandage around his head and joked, "How did you get injured, sir? Did you hit someone with your car again?" He laughed. No, I fell down the stairs at home." We laughed together. He asked about my schedule and offered to pick me up after work. I blushed and said, "You don't need to do that." But he insisted. "You helped me when I was worried, Sarah. Now it is my turn to help you." We started driving together every evening. We talked for hours. Slowly, we fell in love. We spent more and more time together, but the happy days did not last. One morning, I went to the market for groceries. As I walked past a bakery, I froze. I saw David. He was standing with a woman and a child. The child was about 10 years old. David was laughing, and the woman was holding his arm. They looked like a perfect family. My heart stopped. He had cheated on me. He had a wife and a child. Tears filled my eyes, and I ran straight home. In the evening, David came to pick me up as usual, but this time I was furious. I opened the door and shouted, "How dare you? You have a wife and a kid. Do you have no shame?" He looked confused, then said, "Sarah, I love spending time with you. Don't worry, my wife doesn't know." My heart broke. I am not a toy. I will not be with a liar. I slammed the door. That was the last time I saw David. A few days later, a new doctor arrived at the hospital. His name was Dr. James. He was very handsome. All the nurses wanted to be near him, but I did not care. My heart was still sad. One day, I was walking home, lost in my thoughts. Suddenly, crash! A car hit me again. I hurt my knee slightly. The driver jumped out. It was Dr. James. I whispered to myself, "Unbelievable! Am I the only person in the world who keeps getting hit by cars?" James quickly tried to bandage my knee. I was angry because I remembered David. I said, "Don't bother, doctor. Don't offer to drive me home. I can walk." James looked surprised, but he let me go. A week later, James came running up to me in the hospital hallway. "Sarah, I'm so sorry I hit you with my car," he said sincerely. In his rush to apologize, he tripped and fell on his knees. I couldn't help it. I laughed loudly. After that, James and I became friends. He was funny and kind. Soon he told me he loved me. I loved him too, but I was scared. "Promise me, James," I said. "Promise you will never leave me." "I promise," he said softly. We moved in together. A few months later, I felt sick. I took a test. I was pregnant. I was so happy. I messaged James immediately to tell him the big news. He replied with hearts and kisses, saying he was overjoyed. But the next day, James did not come to the hospital. He didn't come the day after that. My calls went to voicemail. I was terrified. Did he leave me? A month passed. James never returned. I stopped going to work and stayed home crying. One afternoon, I went to the market. There, I saw James. He was laughing with a woman. I was sure he had cheated on me, just like David. I ran home, locked the door, and collapsed on the floor. The next day, the doorbell rang. It was James. "Sarah, I am sorry I left you," he began. My eyes turned red with anger. I opened the door and slapped him hard. Then I slapped him again. "You liar! You traitor! I saw you with another woman!" I tried to slam the door, but he held it open. "Sarah, please listen," he shouted. "I love you. When you messaged me about the baby, I was so happy. I went to the next city to pick up my sister. She is my only family. I wanted to tell her the news in person." He took a breath. "But on the way there, I had a terrible accident. My car was crushed. My phone was destroyed. I was in the hospital for a month. My sister took care of me. The woman you saw at the market, that was my sister." Tears ran down his face. "I came back as fast as I could, but if you want me to leave, I will go." I looked at him. I saw the honesty in his eyes. I hugged him tightly. "I was so afraid," I sobbed. "I am sorry I hit you." James picked me up in his arms and carried me inside. His sister was waiting by the gate and followed us in. She looked at James's bright red face. "Brother, what happened to your cheek?" she asked. James smiled at me and said, "Sarah just kissed me very hard." We all laughed loudly. The next week, James and I got married. Now we are happy, and we are waiting for our new baby, surrounded by honest love.